I knew it. I knew it. He's still.
Double-sided.
Fantastic.
Just be aware.
500 people plus are going to be arrested today. They're the heroes, and yet ironically 10 days ago Starmer met Al Jilani, one of the worst terrorists, a head chopper, on the footsteps of Downing Street. He welcomed that absolutely evil head chopping terrorist who the United States had a $10 million bounty on Al Jilani's head until Al Jilani walked into Syria and did what they wanted. So it's just sheer hypocrisy. 500 plus people are going to be arrested today, and yet Al Jilani gets welcomed at Downing Street because Starmer has been utterly corrupted by the evil Zionist lobby.
Maybe go round.
Yeah.
You gave evidence to the select committee. I saw you on...
This was about jury trial.
Right.
Yes,
right.
Which is one of the things that Defend Our Juries does, yes.
Of course. Did you feel they took notice of you? Took it seriously?
I think some of them did. I think some of them were disturbed by the thought that the opponents of corporate power could be shut down without any form of peer justice. I think that was understood as, you know, a real major erosion of this country's democratic history and our democratic rights, and we're seeing another major erosion today as people peacefully protesting against genocide, the abuse of terrorism legislation to silence the opponents of genocide are going to be carried away again by counter-terrorism police and taken into police vans, even though the prescription order
Just look to your
has
side.
been ruled. Well, here we are.
Yeah.
We are. This is
Here we
the
go.
story, isn't it?
Yep.
We almost don't need too many words
Right.
when we see the Met's finest moving in on the new terrorist, which is generally people over the age of 60 with cardboard signs. It's now the most common form of terrorist in this country. And this is what the taxpayer pays their money for, to be protected from people peacefully protesting against the horrors taking shape in the Middle East right now, with British government complicity, ongoing British government complicity.
That's the thing, British government complicity. I mean, it really makes you wonder, where is democracy here?
Yes, it does. It does. And I think in one way, you know, Trump had it right calling Starmer an appeaser. Because what we're seeing now in the Middle East as the war expands, and we're seeing millions displaced in the Lebanon, and and we're seeing people talking seriously about the potential use of nuclear weapons.
Right.
Well, that's what happens when you allow fascists to go unchecked. That's what happens when you allow genocide to go unchecked.
Yep.
And that's what Starmer and other European leaders have done.
Yep.
With watching, not silently as the genocide unfolded, but actively supporting it.
It's all happening as we speak. It's quite a big crowd.
It's just Nina?
Third time now, the fourth time here.
Well, we're searching the way. If that's fine. No. You're going to be looking to stand up. Stand up.
Don't worry, we'll have a few to next section. Nicely slide.
Shame on you!
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Your medication.
Right, you're in custody. Sorry, buddy, we've got two officers. There should be sufficient. If you need more, let me know.
No, it's fine. The lady suggested she has pain in her shoulder and the wrist of the railroad. She wouldn't tell me what side. So,
You put that on your back for now, it's easier.
I can hold one and they will.
Not till they come back.
Grab you by your shoulder and the railroad will jump. I don't think you can do that. You're not answering any questions about why you've been arrested. Would you like to tell us?
Action for Palestine bed! Action for Palestine bed!
So you know guys, you touch on diabetic as well. So just keep your eyes on that. Type 1 diabetic.
Carrying, we don't want to cause you any pain.
Would be a lot easier, madam.
Alright?
Is there anything we can do to help you stand up, madam?
Because we don't want to cause you any pain.
He arrests me and start arresting the real
We're not going to do
criminals.
that. Okay, let's
Why would you do that though? They're real criminals committing absolutely horrific atrocities and you're not arresting them.
What have we got? All good?
You've handcuffed her.
I don't know why.
Well done. Well done. There's no reason to handcuff her.
Just give my colleagues some space. Thank you. Hello, madam. Thank you.
Okay, if I take a photo with
Of course, if
the
you want to, yeah.
National Gallery nicely behind you.
Yeah. Come on.
Thank you, national treasure.
Do you want to see the other side, the Arabic?
Pick off the outside.
Yeah, I know.
You get boiled sitting on those, don't
Bus card, anyone?
To the big we thought that the suffragette were part of them, and then we all were all like, no.
I mean, it's quite a lot.
Yeah, but I don't think it was big.
close those eyes.
Well, it's quite humorous and then filming that. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay.
The circus is coming to town! Roll up! Roll up! Roll up!
Us here, you would have made so much difference. You're on the wrong side of the fence. We've all got good reasons not to sit, very good reasons, but it's your children that are going to suffer for it.
Leave it to people to make their own
So a gentleman, you can see in the secondary shot now, has just stood up and encouraged more people to come and take part. I'm really proud of everybody here at the moment. I know as a former sitter myself what it's like.
What do we oppose?
genocide.
Tell us what we oppose.
Genocide!
What do we support?
Palestine action.
So few people are willing to go to that.
Yes.
The rest of it, I don't mind.
No, I get it. I think we should take from it, like when we see it. Take from it.
Exactly.
You were convinced in the time I don't believe it.
I so get that.
Well, yeah. To be honest, he was, he's unwavering in his conviction. He knew what he wanted to do.
Well, let's give
Meeting.
opposite Gale and Kirk.
इसराइल के कत्लेआम के खिलाफ गज़ा में इसराइल के फ़लस्तीनियों के कत्लेआम के खिलाफ यहाँ पर जो है अपना कंफ्यूज हो गए मेरे लोग वीडियो बनाने शुरू हो गए जी गज़ा में इसराइल के मसालिम के खिलाफ जी गज़ा में इसराइल के मुजालिम के खिलाफ यहाँ पर सरगर्म तदबीर फ़लस्तीन एक्शन के पर पाबंदी के खिलाफ यहाँ पर आज एक बहुत बड़े मुजाहरे का एहतमाम किया गया और उस मुजाहरे का एहतमाम जो है डिफेंस अगर भी नहीं किया है उसका ये मौक़िफ़ है कि जिस तरह इस तंजीम पर पाबंदी लगाई गई है अगर इसके खिलाफ एहतजाज ना किया गया तो इन्हें पाबंदी का
Okay, are we ready? This is what you're doing is illegal.
When you met police, move back a little bit, a bit of room.
Think about it. Think Palestine action. They've been deprescribed by the High Court. Obey your consciences, for God's sake.
So yeah.
Just stop! Stop!
Yeah, I was looking for you guys.
What's the matter with you all? Think about what you're doing. Think. You've all got brains. Think. What you're doing is blind obedience to the state. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, come this way as well. Come this way, mate, come this way.
You're a legend.
Yeah, we're gonna have to reorganise.
Lady was so tiny! What's wrong with you?
Ultimate crime against humanity. What is the matter with you all? Sick, sick, thoroughly sick. You should be ashamed, all of you.
What?
And you must know you're wrong. You must hate being here. So why aren't you speaking out?
Police records connected to Palantir data. What kind of people are you? Can't you see that? Speak to your police federation about it. An Israeli US company, a private company, not a taxpayer company.
You should feel like
Police records connected to Palantir, a US private company, Israeli company. What kind of people do that? 350 children in Israeli jails. Massacres in Iran. Massacres in Lebanon. School kids just getting killed. And yet your records are connected to an Israeli US company so that you can get promotion. What kind of people do that? Why don't you speak to your police federation? Why are you arresting these people when they're trying to stop people being murdered?
Well said, sir. Well said, sir. Nope, here they go. Hang on. Yep.
Medic 2, GTR.
Thank you! Palestine!
Palestine!
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Police performance records connected to Palantir, US Israeli private company. When you're supposed to be working for the UK taxpayer. 350 children in Israeli jails. What kind of people are you? You're told not to listen to us. Well, why don't you use your common sense and speak to the police federation? Yes, why don't you use your common sense? With 350 children.
Excuse me, my name is Ali. I'm
What kind of people are you?
Standing by the water, we shall not be moved. We are all together, we shall not be moved. We are all together, we shall not be moved. Just like the tree that's standing by the water, we shall not be moved. Together forever, we shall not be moved. Together now for Gaza, we shall not be moved.
I'd have to admit I'm not well educated in it, so I don't think I can have an opinion.
Well, you can.
Well, I just don't think it would be, sort of justified. I mean, obviously I support what the people are saying here. I don't think anyone is in agreement of genocide and an oppression of a certain group of people. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I guess I agree with the sentiment of the people here.
Okay.
So yeah, I honestly didn't know this was going on. I actually just passing through.
Sure.
And so yeah, I guess just watching, and then I just wanted to read what the plinth was.
Absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of people here feel huge frustration at not being able to have any solid effect on politics
yeah, I mean that's
in general.
sort of what my gauge of this event was like, will this actually affect the whole political discourse? And it probably won't, which is I guess for these people very frustrated. Me even myself,
do you know why are you handcuffed?
You ask them, I can tell you.
Why is this gentleman handcuffed?
Because he was physically resisting arrest.
I refuse to cooperate.
Aha, okay. Well, I hope you don't regret that.
I mean, this isn't my first rodeo.
Okay. Right.
And I'm not going to regret breaking an unjust law. It's not something I'm
Exactly. So, why is it unjust?
I think that's fairly apparent why.
Okay.
Yeah, we're holding signs in Trafalgar Square, and I end up in cuffs, being carried to the police station.
So you're holding a sign in Trafalgar Square. Well, why is that resisting anything?
Well, it's resisting the prescription of Palestine action.
Say again?
The prescription of Palestine action.
Is that resisting arrest?
No, physically resisting arrest. After he was arrested, flailing his arms and legs around, trying to basically break our grip.
Right.
So he was placed in cuffs to prevent us from dropping him while he was squirming.
Right. But do you realise that, you know, a lot of people might say that the arrest is illegal and therefore resisting it is no crime? Quite a lot of people would say that.
He hasn't been arrested for resisting arrest.
But if the arrest itself is illegal, then resisting it is not a crime.
No one said that he was arrested for resisting.
Well, excuse me, I think you just said that.
No, I said he was placed in cuffs because he was physically resisting an arrest that had already taken place.
Well, that's playing with words.
It's not.
Arrested, yeah, just waiting to be lifted. Yeah. Harry's back.
You sure? Excuse me.
They published it on Twitter, which is not very uncommon. I mean, our solicitors didn't even know that they wanted to pursue a retrial. It was what was published online. But yeah, so mobilise on Monday outside Woolwich Crown Court, 9:30 AM, in support of the Filton 24.
And can you tell us how much it means to you if you hear people outside drumming and making noise for you? Does it do a lot when you hear that?
When I got arrested the second time, I went into the fresh air yard in the police station and I laid on the floor, and the wind, it carried to me the chants of the people, even in echoes. It's about knowing the purpose of that confinement is so that we forget that the world outside exists. It's bigger and it's better than everything inside those cells. But when we hear the chants and we hear the drums, even in the echoes, we know that this world exists, that freedom exists and liberation exists outside in this world, this beautiful world that we are going to liberate. And that's why it's so important for us to be able to hear that support.
What do you think when you hear the drums and stuff outside?
I think Kessa summed it up quite well, to be honest. That was literally my literal thoughts at the time. That I was going to say there was a time in Pentonville where the prisoners and the officers were telling me that what I'm doing is useless, and they asked me why am I hunger striking for, and then I went to the nurse's office to do my blood sugars, and I could slowly hear the chants that creep through the window. I opened the window and I said, can you hear that? That's what I'm doing it for. And I pointed towards that sound. So that sound was the drummers, it was the protesters. So when people say it's useless, it's not useless, because those people that think that we're achieving nothing inside, they have a shift of mentality. And it's you guys that shift the mentality, not us, because our actions look useless to them. There's the protesters outside that show that we're not crazy inside. They're the crazy ones for ignoring our demands. And it was you guys that managed to amplify our voices to that degree.
Right, so Monday, Woolwich Crown Court, let's make some noise, eh? For the Filton 24.
One last thing, you know, this movement, everything that's happened over the last 2 years, the government tried to put these draconian policies in place to divide and conquer, but what's happened is movements have joined together, and you know, through the Filton 24 and other cases we've seen like international solidarity intersect, and it's important. Our retrial is happening on Monday, but there's other cases such as the SOAS 2 trial that is coming up, such as Majid's case is coming up. So many people have been criminalised by the government for showing support, and we should turn show support to everyone.
Thank you. Yeah.
And on April 17th is Palestinian Prisoners Day. Palestine is our compass, it's our cause, it's the destination on this long path of resistance and victory. And so on April 17th we have to all be all out in the streets resisting for our Palestinian prisoners, because as much as we face the criminal justice system here, it pales in comparison to the suffering of Palestinian prisoners, and that is what we must center. We must fight for them because they are now facing the death penalty in their prisons. So April 17th, all out for the Palestinian prisoners.
Right, okay. Now, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture?
Right, let's get Hiba. Let me get Hiba camera.
I'll do it with my phone.
Karen Person! I'm just saying, I talked to you about him a lot of times. I'm just going to go hug it. Oh, we've lost the picture now. You might like, yeah, I'm fine. Wow, look at this. 1, 2. Got it? Wow. Thank you so much. It's an honour to meet you. Thank you.
I've been supporting you seriously. And all of you guys.
Thank you so much for what you did.
It's so amazing. Thank you so much.
I'm sure he's editing it. Well, we have to do more practice.
That's heaven.
Everybody fall from the Holy Strong.
Yeah, but the dangerous one. The one is all over the news.
Sorry, I'm backing up into someone. Thank you. Take many. So much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome.
But will it ever actually come to flourish?
My personal opinion is that it has a huge effect.
Do you reckon so?
Yep. And I honestly think that eventually this action, this kind of action, will change government policy big time. I do actually think it. But what interests me is the huge amount of effort that it takes to change government policy just one tiny little bit.
Yeah, I mean, my only concern is there's been protests going on since sort of like, you go back to the suffragette movement, sort of there's been silent protests and not much has happened. I mean, you can even argue like there was protests in World War II against the war and that didn't stop political discourse,
Now it's interesting that you mentioned the suffragettes.
Yeah, I saw a group of ladies over there which was, I think...
Oh right, were they the singers?
Yes, I think so,
I think that they were wearing some kind of 18th century
I think it was,
costume.
Edwardian.
Right. What I was going to say was that the suffragettes were quite violent in a lot of the things they did.
They were a bit more...
They were very violent, and yet they were punished pretty lightly, relatively lightly, let's say. More likely than people here who are being accused of terrorism, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I know, that's a bit...
It's unbelievable. What would you say to Keir Starmer if you could?
I don't know, to be fair. I really know.
All right, let's try David Lammy.
David Lammy. Oh yeah. I mean, it's hard because it's almost, do we want Britain to intervene? Because there's always been so much protest when Britain does intervene. And then so I sort of get conflicted of like, do we want Britain to intervene? Or do we not want Britain to intervene in these foreign affairs?
Well, you know...
Because I guess we're not interfering, I guess, in sort of like hard power, but there's sort of the whole.
Well, it's not that Britain is not intervening, it's that Britain is complicit in what Israel is doing.
Okay.
I mean, did you know that Britain manufactures half the arms that the Israeli government is using? Did you know that?
I actually did not know that, yeah.
It's actual fact, but I'm telling you. Israel invested quite a lot of money many years ago in creating factories in Britain under the name of Elbit Systems. They manufacture all the bombs that Israel and drones that Israel is using. So Britain is complicit in what Israel's genocide is doing. Okay, well, good to meet you.
Yes, yeah, well,
thank you very much.
This is,
sure.
Believe in it or not, they have to do what they have to do.
What do you mean you can't?
Oh, you can.
You can. Let me get this pigeon.
Alright. Good talking to you.
And you, take care. Hey, bye-bye. You follow politics? What's interesting to me is that the police look so gentle in the way they're arresting people. So the public thinks, oh well, you know.
Yes, so basically we're feeding in the carrots from Parma, and then we can drive in, and then once you're...
I don't even know who got arrested. Do you know?
It's a man in a wheelchair. Crowd of police.
There's another load of police.